All right, thank you. Thank you so much. And thanks, as always, to our viewing audience at home. Welcome back to another edition of the IB Film Show with David Shotwell. I am your host, David Shotwell, and I'm here today with the infamous RTP Productions. Good to see you, gentlemen. Thank you for stopping by.
Nice to see you, too.
Awesome. We're here to discuss their new film, Unchanged, and it is my pleasure to introduce, to those who don't know, first of all, on sound design for the picture, Patrick Gilgan. Thanks for coming back. The picture cinematographer, Teddy Backen. And the editor on this production, Ryan Alfano. Good to see you guys. How you been?
Very good. Okay.
Pretty
Good? Awesome. So a couple of questions for you guys about this picture before we check it out on the screen behind us. First of all, just sort of generally, having seen the picture, it's pretty clear that there is some message to this film. There's some sort of substantive meaning underneath there. The effects are interesting. It's visually very well put together. But I first want to hear about the sort of filmmaker statement of this. What are you trying to say to the audience through this particular picture?
We kind of wanted to grasp the idea that you're not able to change a person that doesn't want to accept change. So we decided through our film techniques that you can't change someone that doesn't want to change.
The title of the picture is sort of a direct hint into that too. But I think that's interesting when we watch the plot unfold. Yeah, it's sad in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I think sort of a I don't want to say depressing, but I guess generally negative outcome at the end of the film, which is an interesting turn, especially for your guys' filmmaking. Going down the line a little bit, and Ryan, I want to start with you here while we're already talking. You handled the editing on this picture, but I know that you were intimately involved also with the overall planning of the film during pre-production. Can you talk about some of the inspirations you guys pulled from when putting this together?
Well, we took from many different chase scenes. One being Bad Boys, where we got our canted angle shot from.
Okay, cool.
And that was a really cool chase scene where they go through the highway. We copied a lot of shots from there.
Nice.
And then another film was actually Scooby-Doo, where we tried to mimic the Scooby-Doo doors.
I noticed you guys made use of that gag in the film. Pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't realize so much visual research went into the production. That's pretty cool. Teddy, you handled the cinematography on the film, and I was wondering, I want to ask you about the inspirations you guys pulled from too, but if you could speak specifically to the camera work and the cinematography, where you pulled some of your specific creative ideas from.
Yeah, so one of the shots that I pulled was from Captain America Civil War, where there's a chase scene in that. And one of the shots I pulled was when the camera pans to follow the first character, and then it whips back and follows the second character in the chase. And that was one shot that I took inspiration from. And another one I took inspiration from was it wasn't from a specific movie, it was more of a Western theme where you have a pan across the eyes of both characters when they're in a sort of face-off. And we thought that would be a really cool sort of break in the chase in the middle of that sequence.
Sort of a call out to the infamous duel from the good, the bad, and the ugly. Interesting. Yeah, one of my favorite visual moments in the film. And I like that you brought up that you guys collaborated to create some whip panning effects and transitions in the film, which were quite exciting. Worked well for the chase motif. Pat, sound design on this picture, and I thought the music came out particularly well, particularly interestingly. And I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about how you composed the music on the film, and specifically if you could respond to what I've heard is the fact that you actually performed some of this music, wrote it and performed it on the acoustic guitar. Is that true?
Yeah, thank you. So at first I just took a bunch of popular riffs that I thought could maybe match up with a couple of our shots, and then we put them in. They fit well together, and then on a program called Logic Pro, I recorded a basic chord progression, playing around with it, and that was the music for our chase scene.
Wow, cool,
Yeah.
Interesting. So some of it's acoustic guitar, and then some of it is more of an electronic composition.
Yeah. So some of it was just acoustic, right off voice memos, and the other was electric. Yeah.
Interesting. Wow, very diverse.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, great. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, gentlemen. Shall we check out the picture? All right, without any further ado, RTP Productions' newest film, Unchanged. We hope you enjoy.
What are you doing? You don't need to do this. There are people here to help you.
No. It's not what it looks like.
Leave everything how it was. We can sit down and talk.
Yeah.
Come on. How do you plan to get away with this? You're gonna ruin your future.
What future?
There's always a better path you could change. Thank you. I hope you change.
All right, thanks again. Thank you to my filmmakers for stopping by today. Always a pleasure. Come back soon. And thank you, as always, to our viewing audience at home. This has been another edition of the Ivy Film Show with David Shotwell. We'll see you next time, everybody.